Hey everybody, Bkstunt with John doing Dragon's Crown. This is video number 4, and it's the last video that unfortunately doesn't have John's commentary in it.
Count Dean is waiting for you at the throne room. It is he who sent the letter. After your previous encounter, you can only assume that he's up to something nefarious. You brace for combat. The guards have drawn their swords and are blocking the exit. Count Dean starts talking to you in a soft voice. He says that he has personally requested your assistance in performing a task for him. He wants you to scout Bkstunt Fortress on the border. This underground fortress is a well-known structure. Originally built to defend against the Orc army, it now lies in Orc hands. Scout them and learn their invasion routes. It is a very dangerous mission, but refusal means that you will be at the mercy of Dean's guards. You accept. Per Count Dean's request, you agreed to infiltrate and surveil the subterranean fortress at the country's border.
Well, looks like he's putting us to work now, which leads to this next dungeon. Bkstunt Subterranean Fortress. Level 6 recommended.
The Orc army presently controls Bkstunt, the underground fortress built into the canyon. The King's army has been mounting a fierce offensive to try and reclaim the fortress.
Man, I love the dwarf. We got a pretty balanced party this time with a sorcerer and archer. You can knock over the fire onto enemies.
You step into the enemy kitchen. A corpulent chef grabs a goblin instead of meat and suddenly stops. The cook, sensing your presence, stares directly at you. Luckily, her sight's not so keen, so she doesn't notice you. Eventually, the chef returns to her meat cutting. You use the goblin's screams to mask your escape.
Oh, that's messed up. I would try to target the goblins that are using weapons before anybody else, if you could. Extremely annoying. You can actually destroy those palisades if you wish. Or throw people into them, I mean that works.
How bothersome.
Now some of these goblins have bombs. You definitely don't want to get hit with those. But you can use them for yourself if you wish.
The pathway, blocked with a stone wall, doesn't look like it would give way unless you bombed it.
Aha, so the narrator's helping us out. Well, like he says, try to grab a bomb from one of these goblins, and then you can bomb the wall. I believe that's mostly for a side quest, but or for a mission of some sort. Definitely optional, if nothing else. There's probably a treasure chest in there, if I remember right.
Outstanding. Pesky gnats. It's my turn. Voila!
An ambush!
Oh, I can do that. Outstanding.
This is great visuals.
I'll stop them.
It's my turn.
There's a rune right there, but we can't do anything with it right now. Yeah, I love riding those things. So cool. Even if we are on fire.
Simple. Oh, I can do that. Oh my.
I think there was a door to the left that we skipped.
It's my turn.
But, you know, both of those doors are optional. Or at least that first one is. This one may be necessary. I can't quite... doesn't look like it. There's actually a side quest for killing these sleeping orcs. Or for getting... wait a minute. No, it's for unlocking that chest while they sleep without waking them up. That's it. And then you can kill them afterwards.
Let's see. Simple. Nets.
Now this area is dangerous because it catches on fire extremely quick. It's very easy for you to catch on fire. Of course, human players are smart and, you know, can stay out of the fire, but the AI players seem to have a tendency to burn themselves to death, literally. See, here's what I'm talking about. That necromancer's just standing in the fire if you watch him.
At the bottom of the stairs is an area connected to the sewers. This seems your most likely escape route.
It's a good time to heal up and eat food. And restore mana. I don't know why John didn't.
They're coming.
And here's the boss, the Minotaur. Has quite a large reach with his axe there. You see how he hunches over before he swings it. He pretty much took out that skeleton pretty quickly. He's got that wave attack as well as a charge attack. As you can see, getting him to focus one way or the other while going all out on the other direction is very effective.
After defeating the Minotaur, you move through the sewer's filth. The reconnaissance mission went well. You gathered intel and slipped back across enemy lines.
Yeah, lots of treasure too.
Among the treasures you claimed is the great sword of the hero Javelin.
Unfortunately, you can't use it. You see this hammer right there, the C1, only does single-digit damage on the low end, because it only has one question mark. Not worth it. But boy, this one looks good. So some pretty good loot.
You succeeded in acquiring intel on the underground fortress. This job will be completed.
It's time.
Let's go!
It's never a bad idea to grab whatever allies you may want.
You succeeded in acquiring intel on the underground fortress. This job will be completed once...
Wandering one, how can I help you? May they rest in peace.
And you can bury all bones at once if you so choose.
May they rest
Be a
in
little
peace.
faster. Especially if you have a bunch of them and you just pick out a couple of adventures that you want to keep.
May they rest in peace.
And this time we probably didn't know that, or notice
As you
it.
leave the temple, a ragged old man slumped in the road calls out to you in a gravelly voice. His raspy voice makes it difficult for you to discern if he's even speaking your language.
Now this is an interesting scene right here.
You can give him a coin if you feel pity for him. Of course.
And you can choose to pay 1 gold if you want. It
even
doesn't really
acknowledge
matter.
the coin. You probably won't be able to communicate with him, no matter how long you strain your concentration.
1 gold is cheap.
You succeeded in acquiring intel on the underground fortress.
You may wonder what
This
that
job will be completed
cutscene
once
is
you
for.
report to Count D.
It plays a story plot device later on in the game.
You succeeded in acquiring intel on the underground fortress. This job will be completed once you report to Count Dean.
May I? Which one do you want? What would you like?
Always a good idea to
You succeeded in
repair.
acquiring intel on the underground fortress. This job will be completed once you report to Count Dean.
And the later videos, Jonathan and I end up doing all this kind of stuff off camera. I guess we wisened up / learned how to get through these menus a lot faster. Of course, equipment's much more important.
May I? What would you like?
Well, it's important throughout the entire game. You should really keep tabs on what you have equipped, its repair levels at all times. Make sure you're selling equipment you don't need. It really helps with your
This
funds.
job will be completed once you report to Count Dean. You report everything you learned to Count Dean. Unfortunately, you also mention the hero's legendary sword. Naturally, he demands the great sword, but at least he's in a good mood now. He thought you'd just flee, but you didn't. It seems that he thinks much more highly of you now. Dean confides in you some of the problems in the castle. Once the king went missing, the Prime Minister began recommending the Archduke MacNeil of Bulgar to the throne. Bulgar is an aggressive nation to the north. MacNeil is related to the King of Hydeland and has a legal claim to the throne. Count Dean claims that MacNeil has been rallying nobles in Hydeland to support his claim to the throne. That's why Dean hired Tommet to steal the scepter. He says that Tommet is extremely trustworthy, so long as he is paid. Suddenly, the Prime Minister and the Princess appear. It seems you are being watched. The Count glowers and departs. The Prime Minister warns you not to involve yourself any further. The Princess, as usual, looks back with blank eyes. Since you completed the job at the castle, you return to the Adventurers Guild to tell them what transpired.
Sounds like there's a lot of drama at the castle.
Roland also happens to be here to report on a job. However, Samuel is not here. Roland is waiting for him to return. Roland thinks that he just missed him and asks you to track down the Guildmaster and bring him back.
Okay, so at this point in the game,
Samuel, the Guildmaster. He should be somewhere in town.
you have to find out where Samuel is. And of course we have no idea where he is, but since I'm recording audio in hindsight, I can tell you right away he's at the Canaan Temple praying for some friends.
You look for Samuel, the Guildmaster.
Wandering one, how can I help you?
As you leave the temple,
Like you need to go to the pray option and then leave. Then you'll find him.
He doesn't even. You probably. You look for Samuel, the Guildmaster. He should be somewhere in town.
May I help you?
And we're just, at this point we don't know any better, so we're just going in and out of every place trying to find him.
How can I help you?
But we never do. And I recall when we were first putting down audio for this video that we told everybody we would find him at the start of the next video, and we do. So
Recall what happened at the castle. You report everything.
Not much more point of
it seems that he thinks much more
the rest of this video, to be quite honest. Oh well. Anyways guys, that's the end of this video. We'll join you in the next video, and then my co-player here, John, will be there to give audio commentary as well, since we got the audio working after this video for the rest of the game. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you in the next video to continue playing Dragon's Crown. Okay everybody, take care.